Yeah, I'm gonna give shooting outside an attempt. It's not gonna be as good, I don't think. This is just a practice test. And we got the dogs running around. Shut the fuck up! See what I mean? Yeah, it's nice out, so I figured I'd try giving shooting outside a try, but I think the brightness may be a little too much to handle. Even with these, it doesn't help much. And it's windy, and there's sand in my mouth. The backyard consists of nothing but dirt for as many miles as you can see. Probably some scorpions and bugs and... Yeah, that's enough of that. Alright, here we go. Let's try again. As you can... It's raining sand. Alright, let's give this another shot. Hopefully there won't be any fighter jets flying overhead from the naval base. The dogs won't bother me this time, and no bugs won't fly in my mouth. Filming in the Nevada desert is not exactly the easiest thing. So, while the wind has died down, I'm going to shut up so I can try and get this reading done. Wow, I woke up this morning a little more anxious than usual. I guess some days are just harder than others to force those old guy clothes back on. Perhaps it's because I just got my ears pierced yesterday that I'm feeling a little more daring today. Well, it had to be something, because here I am at work, completely dressed as a female for the first time. Everyone knows about me and was waiting for the day, but no one, not even me, expected it so soon. I feel so much more comfortable today, and for once, I'm not the slightest bit depressed. I do, however, feel like I'm not knowing who I am at the moment, because I'm actually living and being treated as a full-blown woman for the first time. It's so different compared to going to the mall or therapy dressed. These are people that I have to see and talk to every day. Even better, the wig is now in the trash. My hair is finally long enough to mousse it up and blow it dry to get a Jamie Lee Curtis look. I've got my makeup on, brought my bag, got my 1-inch heels with my French manicure toes and freshly done nails. I've been told that I'm totally passable. What a natural feeling. The only thing that still sucks is that I have to grow my facial hair out from time to time to ready for the monthly E2K trips. But as soon as that's done, I'm so full-time. I get my official hormone letter this Monday, so I'm really glad that I started building a wardrobe when I did. Now I can dress for work for about 2 weeks straight before having to recycle an outfit. It's now the end of the day, and everyone has told me that there's a different light about me. I think that if I had to go home and put my guy clothes back on, I'd most likely cry. Work was really the only place that worried me about going full-time because of the fact that they're in essence paying for my transition. However, I've gotten so much love and support from them that I simply can't see going back and forth anymore. Everyone even said it. You should just come to work like this every day from now on. I guess it'll make things easier for them in terms of calling me Crista, as opposed to figuring out who I'm dressed as that day. It's as if I've been reborn into a new life. I can't see things as I did yesterday, and to think of going to work tomorrow as a guy scares me as much as yesterday's considering coming to work today as a girl. Okay, I should probably elaborate on exactly how I came out at work, considering the importance of my doing so. At some point between my first therapy session and this last forum entry, just as I was letting my friends and family know, I was also preparing several different ways in which I can enlighten my job. Part of me privately wanted to tell the boss, however my other, more persuasive half thought it would be more entertaining if he instead heard it through the grapevine. See, I'd been getting electrolysis ever since my coming out, so one day I casually strolled into the back room where all the reworks were done, where in this far little corner sat 2 of the most obnoxious employees you can ever imagine. I knew that anything I ever told them would always circulate through the entire company, so I happened on back there and merrily asked if they noticed that my face had been red lately. They said, "Now that you mention it," and then asked if it was because I'd eaten some bad pussy or something. I told them no, that I was getting electrolysis to remove my beard because it bothered me. I then asked if they found that strange, and they said, yeah, kinda. Later that day, I returned to inquire if they'd given any further thought as to why I wanted to remove my beard. They responded with something like, Junior, what's the matter with you? You gonna become a girl or something? I just looked at them, smiled, and then casually walked away. I swear it couldn't have been more than a half hour later that the entire room was in upheaval. The boss called me into his office, laughing his ass off. With his face beet red, he asked in disbelief, You're not serious, are you? I sat him down and closed the doors behind me. I laid it all out, therapy, the electro, the hormones, and my eventual coming to work as a girl. I then informed him that I was going to have to take some extra time off to continue my monthly E2K trips to Texas due to my personal and vacation times now starting to dwindle. My boss said that he'd relay all this to human resources and would do his best to pave the way. This was the same man who'd given me that promotion back when I was about to leave the company. He was a very sincere and excellent person to work under. The news he later brought was good. He told me that I had the company's full support, but once I was ready to start coming to work dressed, I had to give HR a day's notice so they could prepare for any potential backlash from my coworkers. Furthermore, they said once I did start coming to work dressed, that I could no longer return as John. I guess they didn't want me confusing everyone. In reality, there couldn't have been a better atmosphere to go ahead with. They were going to even allow me the time off as I needed it without killing my personal time or vacation time or sick days any longer. My health insurance was going to cover the doctor visits and hormones, so short of paying for the actual surgeries, I now had the company's full, complete, and utter support. Fast forward a few short weeks to this last journal entry. I obviously felt that my hair was finally long enough to go full time. However, I hadn't exactly followed my boss's instructions. Unexpectedly and without the proper warning, I went to work that day in full girl mode, failing to call HR ahead of time. Not only do I not learn, apparently, I don't listen all that well either. Luckily, I didn't get into trouble. I guess part of me just didn't want to think too much about it. And calling them ahead of time would have only made me realize what I was about to do. It's kind of like one of those really high water slides with the vertical drop. You really shouldn't look down, you just need to go. When people tell me that I was very lucky in my transition, all my family support, my girlfriend's support, my job support, they weren't kidding. I had the money to do this within my time frame and the drive to follow it through. I now had little to no guy clothes left, and the makeup was literally piling up on my dresser. Even my little trinkets, which I had once so neurotically organized, had since been replaced with the entire Bath and Body Works scented lotion line, and they weren't even in alphabetical order. There were never any real bumps in my transition as far as I can recall, less the loss of friends, but that did include the guys I'd once been buddy-buddy with at work. But hey, I was still employed moving along with the things that actually mattered. My full-time life experience, as the HBSOC calls it, had officially begun.